Okay, so we've been driving around in the car all day. Time for a cup of tea and a conclusion. What are we saying?
Mental. Absolutely mental car.
I think it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Fat car, but
It's
mental.
proper.
Yeah, very, very cool car. Wicked piece of kit.
We definitely want to say a big thank you to Jay for lending us the
Massive
car.
thanks, Jace.
It's been a it's just been a mad day.
I mean, how many times can we use the word mental to describe a car?
I don't know, but you can never get enough words to describe how crazy this car is, really. I think it's one of those things.
I never thought that it would impress me as much as it has done. Like, just...
It's not even that it's impressed me, I think it just scared me.
It is fast.
It's proper, isn't it?
It is fast. It is a serious bit of kit.
But it's just... It's on a different league, isn't it, of just outrageousness. About how it is. It's just crazy.
It goes like stink. Sounds wicked. You're going to be stopping for fuel a lot because you won't be able to drive it economically.
No, I mean it's not the fastest thing I've ever driven.
No.
Not by a long shot, but it doesn't mean it's not the hairiest thing.
Oh, it's definitely hairy. It's definitely hairy.
I don't know. I mean, we didn't even turn the traction control off once today.
And the button is very easy. There's one button just underneath like the head unit and the console, whereas in other Mercedes you will need to go into this, whatever the Mercedes version of iDrive's called. Let's call it Merc Drive.
Merc Drive.
So you go into the Merc Drive and you have to scroll through options and then click off. So it's not something you could literally go, oh, I fancy drifting around this corner on this racing track. Not a roundabout. You have to go through loads of settings to do it on other Mercedes, but this one button. I imagine you just hold it in for a couple of seconds, it will probably beep at you and just go, are you actually serious? You want more? And then you just got to be awake, I think.
Basically just don't press it in the UK, to be honest.
Leave it alone, yeah.
But I don't know, we didn't try, so I don't know how that works.
I think if it was on a track, I wouldn't mind having a little play because the car itself responds well to steering inputs.
Yeah, it handles real nice, isn't it? It's light and you can flick it, it's flickable.
But the thing is, the steering's heavy enough, but it's so light. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, well, it's just got a good feel on it, hasn't it? It's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's just pretty much bang on.
And the steering wheel's wicked as well.
Yeah, it's nice and chunky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's flat bottom and flat top. Interesting shape. While we're on the subject of this general area, I just wanted to say about the paddles. Now these paddles compared to other Mercedes paddles, this is actually something that you feel you can give it a good tug. Yeah,
well it's actually alley, isn't it? It's not a plastic.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to hold. I mean it's cold, which is cool. And you just click it in as and when you need to, and it does feel like it should do, not just like a little DSG kind of switch.
Yeah.
You know, like what was on the older TTs?
Yeah. No, I think it's good solid bit of kit. The whole car actually feels pretty solid, doesn't it? Nothing feels wobbly or...
Well, we were talking before about Mercedes, and we've always mentioned that the interior quality sometimes doesn't really live up to scratch.
Where are you now that I need you?
But this is a more expensive car and it doesn't actually rattle at all. The only thing that was rattling was the key rings, wasn't it?
Yeah, we haven't heard any rattles or any obnoxious noises.
Well, this makes an obnoxious noise, but it's intentional.
Only obnoxious to everybody else on the outside.
Yeah. But, I mean, steering's good, gearbox is great. That does what you want it to.
Yeah.
It's not a slow change. I mean, it's not the fastest of changes, but it's a 60 grand car, not a 160 grand car, and so on. I mean, what else? I mean, what bad points? Okay, C63 bad points, go.
Depreciation.
C63 bad point, apart from depreciation, go. There you have it.
I don't know.
A deep sigh.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It is quite hard to think of anything else that's really wrong with the car. And the only problem I can think of is that you are going to eat tyres. Whether you're driving it hard or not, you are going to do tyres on this thing, I would think, every 3,000 miles on the back. And I'm not talking if you light them up, because if you light them up, you'll do them every 500 miles.
Yeah, of course.
But I just think it's going to kill back tyres, because it's mental. I can't say anything else. It's just mental.
It is. It's a better looking car than the RS5 in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's not quite as good looking as the E92 M3 in my opinion.
Is that the latest M4? No, the
M4's turboed, isn't it? So
yeah,
we would want to compare that to the twin turbo one of these. But it is a wicked car, isn't it? It is super cool. There's 3 memory buttons on the seat as well, which is good. So you can drive it, your wife can drive it, and then your son will probably nick it one day.
And he can drive it.
And he can drive it as well.
Sideways.
Yeah.
And then into a hedge.
Yeah.
Because he will press that button.
Yeah, he definitely will. Yeah, it's a 17-year-old button, isn't it?
Yeah, with more car than driver.
I think it's more car than
my
ability, yeah, for sure. I would not even dream of turning it off on the road, mate.
No.
That's just not road smart.
I don't know, I drive like a granddad on the road anyway, so it's, for me, traction control off doesn't really make much sense. I don't really see the point in being able to turn it off on the road. The fact of the matter is, if you did take this car on the track, you would want to turn it off and you would want to go sideways. So it's
the
nice.
Entire time you're driving around the circuit.
It's nice that you could do this, but if you did that, you would kill a set of tyres on this in 2 laps.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Because it's just unbelievable.
Everything's really easy to use.
Manoeuvrability, like parking here where we've parked at the moment, we had to back it in and round some bits and pieces. And if you tried to do that in some of the other cars we've tested, or some of the other cars we've had, even the 911, it was, the visibility in the 911 was okay, but this is.
Well, it's got a reversing camera as well, isn't it? So you don't even bother looking around.
It's just a regular car to drive, isn't it? On the slow stuff.
Yeah.
But the steering wheel's so light to move at slow speeds.
If you ever notice a Mercedes moving around in a car park, you can really see how the wheels camber over, which I imagine probably gives it a really good turning circle.
I'll tell you another bad point. Slow manoeuvring on the throttle, that sneeze factor. There's not a lot.
No.
You got to be a little bit. You got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, you definitely do.
And I haven't driven any other Mercedes, so I don't even know what the other, like even the diesel gearboxes are like.
The diesel gearbox will move itself
gently.
A lot. Well, it will move freely. This thing, you have to tap the gas to actually get it moving.
Yeah, so maybe it gives you a bit more Nellies than you necessarily need for just nudging forward.
Just move, just a little movement. What? Yeah. Bloody hell!
I've just gone through the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay.
You just got to be careful, haven't you? Really. But then again, is there anything that has this much horsepower that you don't have to be careful with?
Yeah.
When you're talking this kind of car and that kind of power, you need to just.
You got to treat it with respect.
Yeah.
And it's not a toy, is it?
It will definitely kill you. You sneeze at the wrong point, anything. You lose concentration for a split second.
You're done.
You are outers.
Absolutely done. I think overall though, we've had a banging day.
It's been a really cool day.
It's been
a really cool day.
It's been a cool car to have a play around in. It's been a cool car to have a play in, and isn't it a nice environment to be in? There's nothing offensive inside it. Everything's worked as it should. The lights last night were a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
But
but that was only because we just needed to do
we just didn't understand how it all works. Yeah. There's adaptive lighting on it that we couldn't figure out. It turned out we were just being idiots and we needed to push the button forward. Yeah,
going through different modes is really straightforward as well. Can't really call it a Manatino, but it's that kind of thing.
It's like a Manatino, it's in the wrong place.
Yeah, it needs to be about there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so comfort, sport plus and manual, and then it's got a race start as well, but this isn't our car and we don't want to replace the tyres on it, so we haven't used that. But even launching from a set of traffic lights in comfort is still pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't think there was there was certainly nothing with us today that was even going to come close while we were sitting on the lights.
No.
Nothing even tried, to be fair.
But it is a wicked car. Yeah, it's a nice finish with the brushed alloy and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Sunroof.
Sunroof. Easy to use. And fat. I love sunroofs. Oh, I absolutely love them. And panoramics. Everything with glass coming down here is good.
I like panoramic roofs. I'm not a massive fan of sunroofs, but I guess if it's got a sunroof, it's better than not, because at least you can open it if you want it open. I can take it or leave it with a sunroof. It doesn't bother me. I do like a panoramic roof. I think the Range Rover Sport with a panoramic roof is...
No Range Rover talk, bud. I've got to save that.
It's on the point. So, the sound system in this car. We've had the Bluetooth system hooked up onto the iPhone all day, and it's been on point. It's really, really on point. It hasn't missed a beat. I've been able to skip through tracks, and I've been using Spotify. I know my truck doesn't really like working with Spotify. It's okay with iTunes, but on Spotify it's just naff. On this, it brings up the track names. Everything's been really intuitive, and the volume is good. It's got
plenty of bass when you're really cranking it as well, isn't it?
So we've been filming all day. We've been in the C63. This thing has been absolutely unreal.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
We've had an absolutely awesome day. We've had a lot of fun. We just want to say thank you again to Jason for lending us the car and pretty much letting us have free reign on it. It's been absolutely insane.
It's been mad, hasn't it? It's so mad.
So, a big thank you.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, ask us any questions. If we can answer them, we will. If you think we've missed anything out, let us know, and when we do the next video, we'll try and make sure we get that fitted in. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Rock and roll.
Thank you.